Oh, wants to bite me. I'm actually going to get chomped. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
He's biting me. Oh, he's got me good.
He's latched. He's latched. Welcome to the Bloodworm bite table. What I have in front of me here are 5 very large bloodworms. No, these are not your granddad's night crawlers, folks. These are natural-born killers. Armed with 4 venomous fangs and an appetite to match, we have been told that these worms pack one heck of a bite. Some people say that it's like a bee sting, and locals have even told us that they've seen worm diggers crawling out of the mudflats in near tears from being bitten by these carnivorous worms. But there is one key piece of information that we learned from the original bloodworm video to today, and that is you can actually head a bloodworm. Similar to how a herpetologist would head a venomous snake to keep it from biting them, I will actually attempt to grab the proboscis once it shoots out and then intentionally inflict my first bite. And yes, I said first bite. There's gonna be more than one. Now what I'm going to try to do is head the proboscis, and while I'm attempting to do this, let's review some of the most interesting facts about this bizarre marine oddity. The bloodworm is a venomous segmented worm that hunts invertebrates and other marine creatures. Armed with 4 razor-sharp fangs and a projectile mouth called a proboscis, they are voracious predators and are as aggressive as they are bizarre. One of the most shocking things about these worms is how normal they can appear and then in a split second transform into one of the most alien-looking life forms you've ever seen. And as if this wasn't creepy enough, things get even worse. Once the bloodworm has its prey ensnared in those hooked jaws, it will inject it with a paralyzing venom that incapacitates the victim so it can be digested and eaten alive. This venom is chemically similar to that of a scorpion and is known to cause severe reactions in humans, including burning, tissue damage, and anaphylactic shock. Please do not attempt what you're about to see. Oh, almost got it. I missed it. Oh, come on. All right. I got it. Oh, wants to bite me. That is the proboscis of one of the biggest bloodworms I have ever seen. Holy moly. That's over a foot, for sure. Okay, time to get bitten by one of the only venomous worms on the planet, the bloodworm. Got a good hold on it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. He won't let go. He won't let go. Oh, he's in. Oh, he's really on there, guys. I can't get him off. He's biting me. Oh, he's got me good. Yeah, he got me. Oh man, it didn't break the skin. It was definitely latched into me, but its fangs I don't think are long enough to break the skin of my finger. I wonder if I try on a softer part. Let's try my wrist. It's a little bit thinner there, a little bit softer. All right, here we go. Let's go in for the second bite on 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. Oh, yep. See him tug on the skin? He's latched. He's latched. Yeah. I can't get him off. Yeah, he's got me. You see that? Keep rolling, keep rolling. I'm gonna try to pry him off. He's really latched on. Come on, let go, let go. He won't let go. He won't let go. Gotta get him off. Oh yeah. That was a full-on bloodworm bite. Boy, that burns. Gosh, you get that shot?
Got
Those
it.
fangs were all the way latched in. Oh, that burns. Ooh, man, yes. You can see that there wasn't much blood produced from the bite, but I've got blisters forming And that's likely due to all the inflammation and swelling. I feel it in the nervous system. My wrist is screaming right now. Super painful burning sensation, a lot like a wasp or a bee sting. Those fangs are like little talons, and it just grabbed right through the skin and did not want to let go. They were like barbs on a fishing hook. They were just in there. And really, I wasn't able to get the worm off until it decided to relax a little bit, and I pried it back. But those fangs are definitely sharp enough. Yikes, that hurt. Whoa, look at all these worms. That is a container filled with over 100 bloodworms in this tank. And I'm going to attempt to submerge my hands into this tank of bloodworms for 2 minutes. All enough to figure out, do bloodworms hunt in packs? Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that feels so weird. Ah, I just took my first bite. Hit me on the pinky. It was a bite and release. Oh, I could feel them. Yeah, I could feel more proboscis going. It's like you could feel them tense up and then poof, it fires out. The anticipation is killing me. If you could see them wriggling, they have their little sensory tips, sensing their environment for anything that they can eat or get those jaws on. Oh, I could see a lot of them are shooting their proboscis out already. They sense something foreign in their environment. I gotta look away. This is like too much anxiety just looking at this container. This has gotta be the creepiest thing I have ever done in my entire life. Just so disgusting, feeling all those worms wriggling around my fingers. One thing that we noticed earlier is that as soon as one of them fires their proboscis, it seems to create a rapid fire effect. They all do it at the same time.
They're going crazy.
They are. Feel them wriggling around my fingers. Oh man, oh yeah. Got another one. Oh my goodness, so creepy. All right, how much time left?
30 seconds left.
All right, this has gotta be the longest 2 minutes of my life. 2 minutes feels like an eternity. The bloodworm bite tank. Oh, this is horrible. Give me a countdown.
5.
Got me again.
3.
That's 3.
2. 1.
Definitely got nailed on the pinky on this side. And I got 2 nips between my fingers, here and here. Definitely got nipped 3 times. Wow, that was weird. Well, I don't know if we can definitively say that bloodworms like to hunt in packs, but I'll tell you this. They sure don't mind sharing a meal, but man, that original bite, that was a serious, serious chomp. The bite of a bloodworm was no joke and ended up becoming one of the most painful experiences I've endured so far. Overnight, the swelling increased dramatically, and the burning around the bite spread through my hand and up my arm, nearly locking my wrist. Then, days after the initial pain subsided, I had a secondary reaction, where the bite zone flared up with an aggressive rash and itched at least twice as much as poison ivy. In all, it took 3 weeks to heal from the bloodworm venom, and I am here to officially say the scary rumors of bloodworms are 100% true. Here we go. That is a very good-sized fireworm. And yes, welcome to another sting experiment. This time, we're going to attempt to solve a mystery, a bit of a scientific question as to whether or not the fireworm is indeed venomous. All right, there we go. I have heard from many reputable sources that this is worse than a lionfish sting, and it's worse than a Man O War sting, and all the other stings in this marine environment behind me. And it's so interesting to me that even the scientific community, the scientists that study these creatures, haven't been able to figure out definitively if they're venomous or not. So, with that being said, it's now time to conduct our sting experiment, and here's how it's going to go down. While stinging myself twice, once on each arm, might sound crazy, it will be absolutely necessary to conduct this sting experiment. where I will treat one arm as if the fireworm sting is venomous and the other as if it were not. Okay, I'm about to take one of the most painful stings of all the marine ecosystem. Oh, look at it flare up. Wow, look at that defense mechanism. Oh my goodness. See all those spines flare out, ready to eject? And it's not going to take much, just the slightest brush up against the fireworm, and it's gonna be instantaneous. Oh man, I am nervous. I am feeling the nerves go now. Oh boy, all right, let's put my arm in the sting tank. Okay. I'm Mark Vins, and it's time to get burned by a fireworm. Here goes nothing. Oh, that looks bad. Here we go. On 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh yeah, he got me. He got me. Oh! Yeah, I can feel it. Ooh. Yeah, it's almost like little electrical pulses going through the skin. You can even see, oh wow, like right away, there are all kinds of spines up and down my skin. But man, it is starting to intensify. It's like little shock pulses, like pop, 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 going through my skin. All right, this is starting to hurt. Oh man, like, oh, yeah, that super burns. That burns. Holy cow. All right, I'm gonna do the second one, guys, because I don't know how much longer this is gonna be tolerable. Oh man. Oh yeah, that. Ah. Ooh. Okay, guys, we gotta do the second sting fast. Ooh. All right, here we go. Sting number 2 from the fireworm. Here we go. Right arm in the sting tank. Time for my second dose of fireworm spikes. Here we go, you guys ready? Yep, I can see them. Oh yeah, all through there. Same spot. This arm, oh yeah, you can start to see my arms drying out. See all the quills, see all the spines, all the redness. This one's about to look just the same. All right, now, I've taken the stings. Let's get the remedies out. Oh, don't do that. Don't. Oh man, that hurt worse. Yeah, do not blow on them. Oh. Searing like a hot needle. I tell you what, guys, I can tell right away. This isn't just irritant. There's something else going on. For sure. Woo! Oh man, you can really see the inflammation starting over here. Ah! Oh, mighty. The adhesive technique we're going to do on both arms. This is the same thing you're going to want to do to the stings. If they're venomous or not, I'm gonna try to rip out as many of those spines as I can. Hopefully this causes not too much irritation and gives me a little bit of relief. Here we go. Oh, that is tender to the touch. Oh, ready? Okay, I've got the adhesive pretty well on there. 1, 2. Oh, yeah. Woo, okay, I got a lot of them actually here. Man, that tape did a good job. At this point, we're gonna go in for side 2. Here we go. Same thing. 1, 2, 3. That really hurt. The good news is I think I got them all. Yep. You can see, got the spines out again. Now comes the second step, and this is only for the venom treatment. First thing we want to do is we want to apply some household white vinegar. Vinegar has the ability to render any venom that would be on the surface of my skin inert. Oh man, it feels cold to the touch, and that actually feels good. And we're gonna leave this vinegar on here for another 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're gonna go to step 2 of the venom treatment. That is hot water. Oh, yeah, wow. So far, even from the treatments alone, every indication, signs are pointing towards venom. We really wanna see how this experiment plays out overnight. So I'm gonna head back to camp, and I'll see you guys again in the AM so we can compare both of these stings next to each other, see if there's any difference. the results visually speak for themselves. The arm that we treated is almost healed at this point. I mean, you have some localized redness here. It still hurts, it's not done, but visually, you can see that the swelling is down. The actual inflammation is contracted to within the site from yesterday, where the arm on the right has expanded beyond the site from yesterday, and the inflammation is serious. It is very tender to the touch, much more so than the arm on the left. I am convinced that this is indeed a venomous creature, and yes, being stung or burned by a fireworm not only hurts, but is the result of envenomation. It packs a major wallop. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's time for us to release our fireworm back off into the wild and head off for another adventure. Oh, right there. You see it moving? That is the stonefish. And I never would have seen that fish if it didn't give itself away by moving. Holy smokes. Now these fish are so toxic, they don't really have a flight response. I'm gonna attempt to catch the most toxic fish in the world with my bare hands. All right, here we go. All right. Wow, there it is. That is the stonefish. Look at that tide pool monster. I can't believe we found one. I mean, it looks like a living rock. I never would have spotted this fish if it didn't move. The fact that it swam a little bit there is the only reason I was able to catch this fish. And you can see how docile this fish is. It knows just how toxic it can be. Wow. But the table is set for what will be likely the worst sting I ever take. Placing the stonefish in the tank hit my nerves hard. I'm about to get stung by a stonefish. Stonefish stings are said to be one of the most painful experiences a human can endure. And I've already experienced my fair share of fish stings. One from the most common fish sting, which is the lionfish. And the other from the scorpion fish, which is the most toxic fish sting in North America. Oh, yeah, he got me. Oh. Each sting was painful, but I was certainly able to tough it out with basic treatment. However, each of those fish fall far short of the danger from the stonefish. Not every day you get to carry around the world's most toxic fish in a tank. This fish might just have the worst sting in the entire animal kingdom. Man, my nerves are firing right now. Just looking at this fish is so incredibly cool. Look at all the growths all over its body. Definitely earns its name, the stonefish, a master of camouflage. All right, let's go hands-on once again with the stonefish. The reason I can handle this fish is because it can only sting from the spines on top. Wow. This fish has developed the most potent fish toxin in the world. The toxin is only to defend itself. Unfortunately, as you can see, it is so docile that it's very easy for people to step on these fish. And that is the most common way people are stung by the stonefish. The toxin of this fish not only induces extraordinary pain, it can actually cause muscle spasms and eventual paralysis. And there have even been reported deaths from stonefish stings. But now I think it's time to see how this fish injects its venom. I'm going to just pour out this water. I'm gonna use this little tank here as a platform. This fish is perfectly fine being out of the water for extended periods of time because they've adapted the ability to actually hold water in their gills. It's not uncommon to see stonefish just laying on the rocks in these tide pools. So in the little bit of time that we have it here in front of the cameras, totally fine. All right, so I brought with me a piece of neoprene. I'm going to use this piece of neoprene to simulate skin so I can show you what would happen if you stepped on the stonefish. This animal has the ability to fire its venom into the wound created by its spine. That's why people who are envenomated and step on these stonefish end up in such a bad situation. It's not only that it's the most toxic venom, it's that you also get the most volume. Look at how sharp that spine is. Okay, in order to do this properly, I do need to get out some eye protection, so I'm gonna do that quickly. This venom, it has enough toxin in it to cause vision problems and perhaps even blindness. All right, let's see in slow motion how these spines inject venom. I'm gonna do these top two, you guys ready? Here they go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. Look at that. And it's like blue. Holy cow, look at how much venom just came out of that fish. And let's do another one, do it one more time. Oh my gosh, guys, the spines are blue. And once those spines are out, they stay out and they're ready to defend. All right, let me try these spines on the back here. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that is what would be inside of your foot if you were to step on a stonefish. Now, it will regenerate its venom. This doesn't hurt the fish at all. And you can see these sheaths will just slide right back up. But holy cow, I gotta take a minute and process what I just saw. Oh, that is bad. I won't lie, I'm getting pretty nervous right now. This is something you should never do. I've consulted experts, people who have been stung. I've done my research, I've done my homework, but even still, I am extremely nervous about what is about to happen. It's said that this is the most painful sting in the world. Wish me luck. The moment has come. It's time to be stung by the world's most toxic fish. I am borderline terrified. I've thought long and hard about whether or not to even go through with this, but I'm doing this today because through my research on the stonefish, I have found a lot of misinformation out there. There is a lot of stories that pretty much describe certain death if you're stung by a stonefish, and that's just simply not the case. While this toxin in the base of its spines is extremely potent, it is thermolyable. So if treated properly and if needed with medical attention, you will survive the sting of a stonefish. Most of the victims that end up dying from stonefish stings, but has more to do with the pain and shock that leads to cardiac arrest. This venom is meant to cause you pain, but I have brought the antidote with me today. A thermos filled with hot water that's around 114 degrees Fahrenheit, a compress to hold over the wound, and then of course, if I do go into any state of anaphylactic shock, I always carry with me an EpiPen. We are about 3 minutes drive from an emergency room, so even if the worst case scenario does unfold today, I should have plenty of time to be able to get to emergency medical attention. All right, my plan today is to take a microdose of stonefish venom. The venom from that neoprene trial is already coating the spikes, so they are locked and loaded, ready to go. When it's all said and done, this should be just extraordinarily painful for me and hopefully very educational for you. This is going to likely be the worst sting that I ever take. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the stonefish, the most toxic fish in the world. All right, I'm gonna go with this front spine here. Ready? This spine. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Yep. I already feel a burn. I could feel it spreading up my finger right now. And it does not feel good. Wow, the tide is coming in. All right, here, let's, hang on. Let's move out of here, the tide's rolling in.
You okay, Mark?
Yeah, hang on, I'm gonna come over here. Andrew, put the fish back in the tank, man. Oh, right there is where the spine went in. God, immediate fire spreading up my fingers. I can already feel it in these 3.
Do you help, Mark? Are you okay?
No, I'm okay. I'm okay right now. It's like a different magnitude of pain. It is like throbby, achy. Hang on, I gotta walk it off. Yeah. I'm gonna try to tough it out for a little bit. I wanna see how far the venom spreads before I start applying the first aid. This is borderline unbearable. Oh my gosh.
Let me know when you need the water, Mark.
I'm just like, it's making me nervous. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it definitely drew a little bit of blood. Oh, and it is hot. It's like closing my hand is becoming hard. Yeah, it's spreading. It's like all up the back of my hand now. I think I need to go for the hot water, guys. I don't want this to spread anymore. I'm going to the hot water. There we go. Stonefish is good. Now, I need to fix myself. So this hot water will actually stop the venom from working and should help my pain. Every bit as painful as advertised. I never want to do that again. And I need to get more hot water on this sting. And hopefully the pain subsides, but it's still increasing for me. Tingling pain continued to build and spread up through my shoulder all the way to my neck. Even a month after the sting, I still have numbness and tingles in my fingers. The immediate pain wasn't enough to send me to the hospital, but as we released the stonefish, I could imagine what would happen if a full load of its venom were to go in my foot. That instance would send you directly to the hospital. And if you're ever stung, please, you should seek medical attention as soon as possible. Needless to say, the stonefish certainly lives up to the legend of being the most painful fish on the planet. All right, here we go. Those are two pretty good looking Man O War right there. Woo! Careful guys, don't want to get hit by, woo, that is dangerous. If I get whipped by that, we're gonna get stung way sooner than I want to. So everyone knows this is the end for them. When they wash up on the beach here, they will unfortunately dry out, and that's kind of it, circle of life. So the fact that we're taking these two today for our experiment is totally a good use for their end of life. And boy, do they look beautiful. But sometimes with beauty comes pain, and this is a super painful jar. All right, let's head up out of the wind and take a closer look. I remember these tables, except all of the shoots before this one, I was on the other side of the camera. So yeah, this is a little bit different than I'm used to. In this bucket, we have a variety of different sting remedies. Some of them good, some of them not so good. And that's the reason why I wanted to make this video in the first place. Let's talk about the organism, the creature, the Portuguese. Are we gonna do that every time? The Portuguese Man O War. Although it looks like one, the Portuguese Man O War is not actually a jellyfish. It is a siphonophore. Unlike a jellyfish, which can survive on their own, siphonophores are a group of colonized organisms made up of cloned cells. Each group are responsible for specific tasks to keep the Man O War alive. Some cells form the float, which suspend the organism on the water's surface and create a sail to move with the wind. Others are responsible for hunting prey, and this is where we meet, the venom-filled nematocyst. These small but potent cells cover the Man O War's stinging tentacles by the thousands, and within each is a spiral-shaped barb which literally blasts out when making contact with its victim. When these barbs penetrate the skin, they release a cocktail of enzymes very similar to snake venom. These enzymes are designed to incapacitate prey, and in my case, will cause instantaneous pain. This animal is notorious for its sting. In fact, it stings thousands of people here in the state of Florida every single year. I luckily have never taken a sting until now. Time for me to take 2 stings from the Portuguese Man O War. In order to compare the effectiveness of the most famous remedies for being stung by a Man O War, today I'll be taking 2 stings, side by side on the same arm. One of them to be treated with urine, the controversial yet universally accepted cure to all marine creature stings, and on the other, I will spray white vinegar, the suggested first aid from a University of Hawaii research article. Then, while enduring the venom from both stings, I will attempt to describe which of these 2 remedies relieves my pain the best. 2 sting sites, 2 different antidotes. Which one works the best? You're about to find out. Please do not attempt to do what I'm doing here today. Oh gosh, I'm so nervous I can't even get a hold of it. Okay guys, I think I got it. You ready? Ready. Okay, here we go. About to take, oh God, that looks horrible. Whew, man, I'm getting nervous. Here we go. About to take 2 stings from the Portuguese Man O War. You guys get your shots ready because this is only gonna happen one time. Terror of the ocean, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ah, yep, it's getting me. Oh yeah, I can feel it. Ah, ooh, that's like electric. Yeah, that's one. Wow, it burns right away, okay. Second sting. I gotta do this fast before that gets too bad. Ready, guys, ready? All right, 1, 2, second sting, 3. Ah, yep. Oh, man, that one nailed me. Oh. Okay, yep. So, instant, almost tingly, electrical feeling sting. A lot different than a bee sting or a wasp. Oh man, those are really getting in there. I can feel it now. Now, likely there are still hundreds of nematocysts that are, oh yeah, they are erupting as I'm talking to you right now. I can feel them individually firing, like pow, 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 like a series of bullets going into my skin. Woo, yeah. Yeah, you can see it getting red on both sites. Now, sting site 1, up here at the top, sting site 2, down here at the bottom. I can actually see remnants from the tentacles, and those likely have many nematocysts in them. And it is getting worse and worse with every second. Oh man, this is bad. You do not want to get stung by a Portuguese man o' war. If I were a fish right now, I'd be in big trouble. In fact, I would likely already be in complete paralysis, and this man o' war would be reeling me in for dinner. Okay, let the healing begin, as they say. All right, there's 2 steps to this. 1, spray on the agent. 2, use a plastic card because you want to scrape off as many of those nematocysts that have yet to explode as you can. First site, vinegar. Here we go. Okay. Oh yeah, smells like vinegar. Now the one I'm dreading. Gross. This is so disgusting. This is so nasty. All right, you guys are a little downwind, so you might want to prepare to duck and cover. All right, here we go. Oh man, I don't want to splash my face. Oh, it stinks. Oh, okay, that's enough. Scraping off those active nematocysts is certainly part of the equation, so you don't want to forget that step. I can actually see my skin pulsing. You guys can see my skin going up and down there. All the nerves in my arm right now are probably just screaming like, ah, intruder, we have venom. I feel so much better already. It feels like I'm on the road to healing. Man, it still burns though. So now it's just more of the burning. Okay, yeah, I think I'm ready to make a declaration of sorts at this point. Vinegar, not only more sanitary, but definitely wins the contest. This is by far the least of the 2 when it comes to pain. The urine site, not only is it absolutely disgusting, but it definitely burns a little worse. And I could definitely feel a distinction between the 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Vinegar is the definitive antidote that you want to use if you want to neutralize stinging cells on your skin. Urine, not your best friend when it comes to a jellyfish sting or a man o' war sting for that matter. And there is one last step that will truly alleviate the pain symptoms that I'm feeling in my arm. Good old-fashioned hot water. Oh my gosh, guys, I've never had a hot compress feel so good. Like immediate relief.
While I did experience slight discomfort for the next few hours, the scrape and heat treatment reduced my pain to that of a mild sunburn. And by the next day, nearly all signs of redness had vanished and I was as good as new.
I'm going to attempt to use this little stick to try to get a bulldog ant for our sting test. All right, got our forceps, small container. Now we just need the bulldog ant itself. I'm going to lightly disturb the entryway. Oh, here we go, got him already. That makes me nervous. The ants are starting to swarm. You see how big they are? This is like a volcano of ants. Oh gosh, almost got me. They're getting on me. All right, I'm gonna have to get our ant fast. Here we go. I got it. Yes. Oh man. Oh. There we go. We've got one. That is a really good size bulldog ant. Starting to swarm a little too much to hang out here. Let's go reposition away from the nest so we can get a closer look at one of the scariest ants in the world. Australians fear these massive ants because they attack in swarms and without warning. If you accidentally disturb them, you can be covered in just a matter of seconds. Bulldog ants can be found all over Australia, and often build nests in people's yards and local parks, which is exactly where we discovered these ants. This particular species is one of the largest, growing to over 1 inch in length. And of course, for this sting test, we wanted the big dogs, so we can compare how they rank against the legendary bullet ants of South and Central America. Now it's time to find out which is worse. All right, guys, it is officially go time with the Bulldog Ant. Look at the size of this insect. Size-wise, I would definitely say it gives the bullet ant a run for its money, but appearance, this ant is second to none when it comes to intimidation factor. But before I test the might of this insect, let's get it out of the container and take an even closer look at those jaws and its stinger. All right, here we go. Well, it's already jumping out. I want to be very careful right now. And they are so aggressive. Look at that, it's already biting on the forceps. I'm just gonna try my best to get a good grip. And I'm getting nervous, gosh, hang on. All right, I gotta get it on the ground. Here we go. Unlike other ants, they don't really react to scents and pheromones, they react to sight. So anytime I try to grab it with the forceps, it sees that I'm coming. There we go. Okay, perfect hold. There it is. No animal has been requested for a sting test more than the Bulldog Ant in the history of Brave Wilderness. And now I can see why. Wow, I have never seen a more terrifying looking ant in my entire life. Let's start at the top. Look at the size of those mandibles. They are like serrated shears attached to these bulbous eyes, almost like a vice grip, just ready to snap and pinch on to anything it can touch. Look at the eyes of the ant. You can really see how much it reacts by using its sight. Look how it turns its head to the different ways that I position my finger around it. And then, of course, before we get to the stinger, I just have to say, look at the size of those legs. Because they are visually stimulated, they use their extremely long legs to extend quickly and flick themselves onto any would-be predator, earning them the name jumping jacks. And then, of course, we can see the stinger flying already from the abdomen. Like other stinging insects, only the females can sting. This is actually a sentry or a soldier ant tasked with guarding the front of the nest. And you saw, with just the slightest disruption, a fleet of soldiers came flying out of the nest ready for attack. They got all over my boots and nearly took a sting right away, but we saved the sting for this moment in the video. The sting of this ant is said to be one of the most painful experiences that you can get from any animal here on the continent of Australia. Some even argue in the world. The biggest difference between bullet and bulldog ant stings are the toxins they use. Bullet ants use a toxin, which is slow building and can last for days, where bulldog ants use formic acid that causes instant pain. And when these ants swarm and cover people by the dozens, they have the ability to take down a fully grown adult. Holy cow, she's looking at me. Oh my gosh, look at that stinger go. I have a feeling this is going to hurt. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with one of the most terrifying ants on the planet, the Australian Bulldog Ant. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, oh God, you see the stinger going in? Yeah, that's a good sting. Yeah, it's really got its stinger in me. Look at it, stinger's in. All right, put it back in the jar. Oh, that hurts. All right. Oh my gosh. Woo! Oh my goodness. Yeah, that burns. That is a super intense sting. Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. Let me compose myself. Oh man, that was like instant fire underneath my skin. So much more like potent than the bullet ant. But I can tell you this, the bite was really nothing. Didn't really get a good grip on with those jaws, but it's certainly got its stinger stuck in my arm, and it's getting a little dry now. Hang on, my adrenaline's kicking in.
You okay, Mark?
Yeah, I'm all right, I think. All right. Geez, it's also hot out all of a sudden. All right, I think I'm good to continue on. All right. Oh, you bulldog. Oh, all right, see that stinger site? Got a little bit of a acute swelling, maybe some residual bumps, and it definitely burns. I would say the initial onset of the sting, it was like a lightning bolt, way more intense than a bullet ant, but I can tell you it's already starting to subside a bit. But wow, that is a rip shot of pain. Man. Really getting dry mouth, guys. The
Is your EpiPen in your backpack?
it is. I've got my EpiPen, don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't need it yet, but got to monitor make sure my tongue's not swelling up or anything. But holy cow, that sting is like a hammer. It's like somebody literally just took a hammer and went wham! Instantaneous pain. Not even a small delay. As soon as the stinger touched my skin, boom, it was on. Oh, I hope you enjoyed that one, because I don't think I want to go arm to stinger again with that intimidating little ant. Now, I am not out of the woods by any means. I'm gonna continue to monitor this sting over the next 2 days. I can tell you this, a single sting from a bulldog ant so far does not compete with the bullet ant. Unlike the bullet ant that just started to build and build and build, I'm starting to really get past that initial wave of pain. And now I'm just really more dealing with the after effects of adrenaline. Starting to get that like queasy stomach, cold sweat, and just simple nausea that I usually get after taking a sting. But a swarm of bulldog ants, I would estimate, could take even the most pain-tolerant person to their knees. All right, I think I'm gonna need some ice. Ugh. Sure enough, things got a lot worse. Just hours later, the redness and inflammation flared up and were joined by an intense itching that lasted for several days. Compared to other stings I've taken, this one was a sleeper that turned into a monster. Bulldog ant stings are known for their instant pain, so I was shocked when I was hit with these delayed reactions. In fact, as of the editing of this video, my arm is still discolored and healing. If I were to have been swarmed and stung like the stick in the beginning of the video, it would have been a very bad situation. But now I know exactly why Australians go so far out of their way to avoid the jumping terror that is the bulldog ant. Yikes. Scorpionfish stings pack a far more painful punch than that of the lionfish. Their razor-sharp spines are thicker and are laced with a toxic slime containing a more powerful venom. While both fish use their stings as a defense mechanism, the scorpionfish relies primarily on its camouflage to remain undetected. But when threatened, they will flare out their fins with spectacular warning colors and raise their spear-like dorsal to present a bed of spikes ready to impale any predator that dare attack. But what makes these fish truly terrifying is their ability to live in shallow water, where they often encounter humans. And not knowing how to treat their stings can have excruciating consequences. It's well documented. This is the fish that's gonna put you through pain. Let's get hands-on and get a closer look at how it delivers its notoriously painful sting. This is me trying to cradle. Oh, see that? See those spines go up? No jutting or bucking with the spines, but dang, look at the size of those spines, each capable of inflicting a venomous sting multiple times. Oh man, I think my heart just skipped a beat. And it is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to take a sting from the scorpionfish. In case you're wondering, I am nervous, for sure. This is like gotta be the most nervous I've ever been. Gonna take a sting on 3. Cameras ready? Here we go. 1. 2, 3. Oh! 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 Yeah, he got me. Oh! Ugh. You guys get the shot? Please, I hope you got the shot. Oh! Oh, yeah. That was so much worse. Ah. That's my adrenaline going. That's my adrenaline going. How's this glove? Wow. Oh man, my adrenaline's going, but that is so much worse. Like times 100 worse. Immediate burning. Ugh. Did you guys get the shot? Please tell me you got the shot. Oh, that was awful. Oh man, I'm like wanting to like tourniquet my wrist because it hurts so bad.
You need the water yet?
Nope, I'm good for now. It's getting to my, I just keep feeling a little nauseous. Like I'm definitely feeling like I'm gonna puke. Oh, man. I don't think I can take any more, guys. I think I gotta put my hands in. My hand is on fire. Feel how much worse, feel how much hotter this hand is.
Oh my God.
Isn't that wild? My hand is just radiating heat right now. I felt the spine go in like right up here. I mean, no blood, but guys, there's venom in there. All right, 114. Well, it certainly helps the heat because now my hands are just feeling like they're really on fire.
Are you okay?
I hope so, man. Oh gosh.
How's your pain level?
Hard to tell in the water. It's actually like a pain relief in a sense of like, I can't tell what's the water and what's the venom at this point. I already feel like it's working. It doesn't feel cooler because my hands are in hot water, but my anxiety is going down. Man, the scorpion fish, I had to essentially stab myself with its fins once it put its dorsal up. That's one of the hardest things I've ever done, guys. Stabbing yourself with a fish is not easy. And I'm definitely feeling better. I think we might need a little more hot water, but this is working.
After 30 minutes with my hands in the pot, the sting symptoms improved significantly, which meant the hot water denatured the venom, lessening my body's reaction to it. In my opinion, it even sped up the healing process.